He appears smiling. He speaks calmly. He says exactly what you want to hear. From the beginning of Mushoku Tensei, Hitogami presents himself as a guide. A god who helps. An invisible ally who appears at the right moments. But there's a question few ask. Why does he help? Today, you will discover the truth that completely changes everything. Because Hitogami doesn't act out of kindness. He doesn't act out of curiosity, and much less out of compassion. His true objective is much simpler, and much more terrifying. Notice an important detail. Hitogami never takes matters into his own hands. He doesn't confront enemies. He doesn't lead armies. He doesn't engage in decisive battles. He only observes and whispers. This is not weakness. It's strategy. Hitogami understands something that few characters in Mushoku Tensei realize.
Whoever controls decisions, controls destinies.
Each piece of advice he gives seems small, harmless,
Almost random.
but together, these pieces of advice form an invisible chain that leads precisely to the future he desires. Hitogami carefully constructs his image. He presents himself as someone neutral, as if he were above good and evil, as if he only wanted to guide humans. But think about it. Why would a god need to convince someone, instead of ordering them? The answer is simple. Hitogami cannot force the future. He can only sway choices. That's why he needs people to believe in him, to trust him, to act of their own free will. When that happens, he wins without leaving a trace. Rudeus believes he is using Hitogami's advice to survive, to protect those he loves, to make better decisions. But, in reality, it's the opposite.
Hitogami si sommeting rare in Rudeus. Growing power.
Emotionally unstable. Strong attachment to people. Decisions guided by feelings. Rudeus isn't special because he's strong. He's special because he's predictable when emotionally pressured. And Hitogami exploits this perfectly. Each help creates dependence. Each success reinforces trust. Until the moment Rudeus acts exactly as Hitogami needs.
Now comes the central revelation.
Hitogami doesn't want to dominate the world. He doesn't want to destroy everything. He doesn't want to be worshipped.
Hitogami wants to survive.
He knows there's someone capable of killing him. He knows the time loop exists because of this. And he knows that, sooner or later, fate will catch up with him. So what's the plan? Simple. Backhand index pointing right prevent the future from reaching a point where it dies. Backhand index pointing right eliminate, delay, or corrupt any threat. Backhand index pointing right use humans as shields, pawns, and sacrifices. For Hitogami, the entire world is disposable, as long as he continues to exist.
Orsted is everything Hitogami hates.
He remembers. He learns. He doesn't trust. While everyone lives in a single timeline, Orsted carries the weight of countless destroyed futures. And in all of them,
Hitogami won. That is why Hitogami fears Orsted.
Not because Orsted is strong, but because he doesn't fall for manipulations. And that makes Orsted the only real threat to the existence of the human god.
Hitogami's greatest fear isn't dying in battle. It's losing control.
The moment people stop listening to his voice. The moment his predictions fail. The moment the future becomes unpredictable. And that's exactly why Rudeus becomes so dangerous. Because when Rudeus starts acting on his own, for love, for family, for human choices, Hitogami loses his greatest advantage. In the end, Hitogami isn't a classic villain. He's something worse. He's a selfish survivor.
A manipulator of fate.
A god who prefers to destroy entire worlds, rather than accept his own end. And when you understand that, everything changes. Every piece of advice. Every dream. Every help.
Nothing was free.
Hitogami never wanted to save anyone. He never wanted to help. He just wanted to continue existing. Now tell me.
Do you think Hitogami is the ultimate villain of Mushoku Tensei?
Or do you believe that, deep down, he's just trying to survive? Leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe for more in-depth Mushoku Tensei analysis fire.